Oh, I can't stop. Girl, I can't. I'm gonna be here all night if I keep doing this. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm getting legally married. Not in drag yet, but I really want to look super glam today. Let's get into it. Clock the outfit. Clock the outfit. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to my dear friend, Vietnamese designer. His brand is called THAT. That official on Instagram. He custom made these suits for me. I think I have like about 10 suits by him. He just knows what to do, super cinch ways. I just love him. His name is Brian, the founder. He is an amazing friend of mine. Much love to you, Brian. Anywho, let's get in glam, ladies. I need y'all to give it up to the outfit. Well, this t-shirt. We just went to see Lady Gaga for like the 3rd time now in LA. It was too good. Ever since she came out with Abracadabra, I did my little transition video to her. She ended up following me on TikTok. Now, every time I see your friend has posted, when her posts come up, girl, I gag every time. Mother was too good. Okay, skin prep. I'm going to use the Torridin Dive-In Multi-Pad. I really like these because they smell like nothing, and I really like their serum and their mask as well. I kind of just do this on my cheeks to kind of soften up my skin. This is pretty much a Korean style of skin prep. You kind of just leave it on your face like this while you do something else, and it softens your pores and it makes your makeup lay super nicely on top. I'm just gonna do some on my forehead as well. Why not? Why not, girl? So like that. While that is doing its thing, I'm gonna cover my brows and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, bridal makeup can mean a lot of things to different people, but I've always been attracted to bridal makeup because when I was younger and I was being a makeup artist and a hairstylist, no, it goes back way before that actually. When I was in high school and I was doing prom makeup, I would set up a chair at my house and then have 10 girls come in to do their makeup that day. So I would start from like 10 a.m. all the way to like 7 p.m. Girl, I was working at a young age. Then afterwards, when I was working at the salon and going to do either weddings or the bridal makeup, like seeing their faces, when I'm done with them, they're just so happy. And bridal makeup is so fun because it's like the most beautiful version of yourself possible. It's all about enhancing what is there. I say enhancing, but these bitches are in drag too. Like, it has to look flawless at every angle, every camera, every flash. Like, you have to look like you're like, bitch, these bitches were in drag. Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten in drag in like 2 weeks. I don't even know what I'm doing. So this will be fun. Color corrector. You've seen me do this before. The last time I did it, I was in clowny clown drag. And although clowny clown can be fun sometimes, girl, I just like being a woman. I just looked at myself and I do not look like a woman, but I just love being a woman. The girl that gets it, gets it. The girls that don't, you'll get it after watching this video. Going with Kryolan 70 and then right in between the brows. I call this the spotlight. Ooh, girl, I look like Dracula. I call this the spotlight because you're basically painting on like a spotlight in your face and it just looks so fierce at the end when you're done because you're gonna look perfect at every angle. And then with the color MB1, I just go over the areas that are a little bit more highlighty. And then for this, I drag it a little bit under the cheekbones too. That area, it re-emphasizes the contour a little bit more. And then 7W everywhere else. Bye, darling. Have fun at dinner. Steven is going to dinner with a friend now so I can fag in peace. And then contour the underneath right here. At the time of filming this video, we are looking forward to our engagement party. We are getting engaged at the Beverly Hills courthouse. We're planning a breakfast, planning a party later on that day in front of Malibu. It's gonna be oceanfront for our small group of friends. Girl, I did not know planning an event was gonna be so hard. Or time consuming. This is not even the wedding yet. But honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. It's gonna be a celebration of us, obviously, and all of the people who has witnessed our relationship throughout the years. We're just gonna have a wonderful, wonderful time. We have so much traveling coming up. It's kind of insane. Traveling for fun also, which I have not done in like 5 years of my life, because the past few years I've just been going through like the drag race circuit, but now I can actually afford to travel for fun, which is very different. And this is the House Lab foundation I'm using, by the way, to blend everything out. I'm going a little bit more tan than usual. We're going in today. Today we're using a lot of like my good old faithful products, but also some brand new products that I've had my eye on for a long time, and I think it's gonna work perfectly with this look we're trying to achieve. Now I'm using the Kosas Magic Corrector. It's like literally a pink concealer, and I love it because you can just go right under here for that like blushing under eye look that basically inspired the world. I've always thought I was gonna be like one of those like Bridezilla, but I'm actually pretty chill, which is very surprising because, you know, I'm an Aries, so I am super, super anal about everything, but everything that involves like me. Actually, for this celebration, Steven has taken control, which I never thought was gonna happen, but it's so cute to see him plan out every single thing. We just got done, well, he just got done planning out our honeymoon. So I'm super, super excited to visit Italy as well. We are in the process of determining what our wedding should be, where it should be, but we kind of toddle around this idea of having like multiple ones in different countries. So like one in LA with our specific group of friends, and then one in Vietnam for like semi-family, one in Korea for, I don't know, who knows, a wedding tour. So we'll see how that plays out, but wouldn't that be kind of fun? Sounds kind of exhausting, but girl, the thing you do for love, it'll change you. And look at that base. Flawless. I love layering like a liquid over my cream foundation because the creams kind of covers everything, but it's like a thick layer. It kind of miss like the holes that is in your face called your pores. So the liquid will kind of just smooth over everything and fills in those gaps that is missing in your makeup. So it's kind of like a perfect combo. Oh my gosh, now I'm going into the Anastasia. It's called the Magic Touch Blush Trio. I love, 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 love these colors because you can use them on the face and on the lips. It has like a bright pink, a more strawberry, and then more of like a nudie pink. This reminds me of when I first got started to makeup and I would buy like these trios. And this would be the only thing you need for your entire kit. I'm gonna go into this bright pink color and then just go. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I love it already. And I love that this has a pigmented base under it already. So it's not kind of one of those like sheer liquid blushes that it's just gonna like blend into nothing. Girl, this will show up. And it blends so nicely over the creams. Yeah, before I started drag, I wanted to be kind of like a pro hairstylist or like a pro makeup artist. So I would just like build my kit and I would just like save up all my little gold coins. And the first thing that I bought would be kind of like a foundation palette, just so that I can fit everyone skin color. And then I would go into like blush palettes and then like a lip kit. So this is like a lip and a cheek blush all at once. So I love that. And I love the finish of it. Now we're gonna powder. We're going in with the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Candy Rose Ultra Transparent Powder. Jesus Christ, that was a lot. But low-key, this powder is really pretty, so they can use whatever names they want. I like using this right underneath my eyes. A lot of powder on the market. Most pink powder just kind of darken my concealer. But this really keeps the brightness there. And then I use the one size powder that I use for my brows for everywhere else on my face. Because girl, my face don't need to be pink. Just the under eyes is fine. I do not need to be looking like a UK baddie up in here. Although, I do love Love Island. Oh my gosh. My favorite Love Island baddie must be Grace. She needs to go to Victoria's Secret, like ASAP, Miss Grace. Because that walk, mama, lethal. She is just too powerful. I need to catch up on the latest season, but I know that Miss Huda is like the it girl of the season right now, so I need to watch.
I'm a mommy.
As far as eyeshadow goes, you know the drill. I'm going to do some brown, some shimmer, a smoked out liner. My favorite eyeshadows, Natasha Denona. She has like gorgeous, gorgeous tones. I'm very particular about the color of my nudes, but these are kind of like foolproof because you have every single shade there is and everything goes well together. She also makes like these like mini eye scope palettes that are so good. I have done gigs where I've just used this entire palette for my face, like brows, liner, face, highlighting. I've just used this mini palette and it has worked out great. Beautiful, beautiful shadows. I think today, girl, I might just go in on this. Sue me, but y'all about to get it. Oh, before I go in, let me put some powder underneath my eyes. In case there is any fallout, we can just sweep it away. I'm just gonna do this darker brown over here and then go at the outer V of my eyes, kind of like this. Now see how that just looks really scary? Now we're gonna go into this middle shade right here, right in the center, because she is just the most beautiful blendy out shade you can ever ask for. Like this will blend out everything. I also use it to draw on my brows and she just works. A lot of people ask me if I'm gonna do my actual wedding in drag, but I kind of like, I don't know. I never thought I was gonna be that person to, I don't know, be in drag for my wedding, but now everyone had asked me about it. So I'm just like, that will be a very high booking fee. It would have to be the fiercest thing ever. That would be like a solo show. Oh my God, that'd be so much to prepare. Yeah, if I was a bride, I think I would have like about like 4 outfits. This would be a full-on Vietnamese wedding. You know how they got like 4 outfit changes, rent out the whole building, 5 food trucks, dance floor in the middle, and I'm just like, oh my God, that's just a lot of work, dude. But you know what? It also sounds kind of fun. That would be another drag race journey for me. I would need a lot of time to prepare. I need to book out all my designers. I need to book out a choreographer, the whole thing. That would be kind of like a sickening tour. I would need a lot of time to prepare for that. So let me know if I should put that into the world or we should just leave it be, girl. Now for the lid shades, I really like going in with a liquid eyeshadow because the shimmer shines better, it stays longer. I love these shades. These are called Kitten Karma from Stila. It looks like this, the OG. I also love this shade called, what the f is this called? 67S from Giorgio Armani. She's a little bit more like soft and feminine. You kind of see it there, just for the actual girls at home. But this is a little bit more draggy, drag. Yeah, you can see it from far away. I like to kind of just whack it on my eyes and then blend it out using my fingers. And I think I talked about this before too. For my makeup, I don't do cut creases and stuff like that because kind of like with everything in life, you kind of just have to copy other people and then you find out what you like and what works for you and your face. For a long time, I was drawing on a crease, defining it with the dark shadows, and then I just looked crazy because I have like a very foreheady type of brow bone. If I turn to the side, you see this over here. And then if I draw on a crease like this and the lighting was like this at a club, you know they don't have a spotlight. And afterwards, kind of like studying my own pictures and looking at what I actually look like in those lighting, I kind of came to term and I was like, I don't need to draw on a crease. And luckily, it has worked out for me. Now I'm going back in to the palette and I'm just kind of redoing the same step I did at the top to the bottom. I'm sketching out the lower lash line with the dark brown first, and then I'll blend it out with the lighter brown shade. When I was younger, I would always watch Pairs by Night. That was kind of like my entertainment growing up, and I would like study their makeup because that was like my first introduction to beauty, staging, and everyone just looks so beautiful. And they would kind of have like this same kind of makeup on, but it would look very natural because they're just emphasizing their natural features without like drawing stuff on. So that stemmed my love for beauty. So now I make Steven watch Paris by Night with me. He also loves all the song as well. And now he knows more Vietnamese than I do. Oh wow, there is like a whole lash stuck in my eyebrow. Isn't that fun, girl? Ladies, see, this is what they don't teach you in school. But when this happens to you, you just use your foundation sponge and just go over it, girl. And then it's gone. And that is the most valuable lesson in drag. Sometimes you don't need to take it off and put it back on. Just go over it with more makeup. Now I'm doing my liner. I like to go in with 2 liners. I cannot talk while I do this. Wait, I am talking, so maybe I can. So for the round liner, I kind of like use it to just predetermine my shape of it. Kind of like that. And then I'll like blend a little bit of brown just at the edge to diffuse. So then it looks like super smoky. I'll go in with the black. I'll actually draw on my liner. And this black is gonna be super thin, kind of like that shape. With eyeliner, you don't have to go up all the time. You can just go out and down. For Asian-esque Korean style makeup, the girls will draw the eyeliner all the way down here. Like Miss Won Young, girl, her eyeliner goes whoop. I've liked to kind of do my eyeliner a little bit more down and swoop up nowadays in order for it to look almost like a lash extension. I want it to be so tiny to where that's just your lash line, bitch. You're not doing anything crazy. A lot of things doesn't make sense until you put the lash on, I think, for drag makeup or just any type of makeup, honestly. It doesn't really pull together until you put the lash on. And I like using 2 liners because I am a very messy person when it comes to liner. Line work has never been my thing. I think a lot of my inspos growing up for makeup as well was Victoria's Secret. I mean, talk about a fantasy, man. I'm so glad they're making a comeback, but I need those elevated runways and the glitter back ASAP, because that's what you were watching Victoria's Secret for, you know? Like, mama, these women are angels. Elevate them. They can't be walking amongst the audience. Get it together. There we are. And I need to show y'all, speaking of Paris by Night, who the mother is. She is Minh Tuyết, and she is literally everything to me. She's like the cuntiest Vietnamese singer ever. This face? Get out of here. But for today, for the brow shape, I think I want to go more archy, like Vietnamese woman. I don't know, maybe since I was watching Minh Tuyết, now I'm like inspired. But mama, that is a brow. Like I said before, I use this little palette for everything. So I kind of like map it out with this little guy first, the shade in the middle, like just go for it. And then afterwards, I clean it up using my foundation color. For this purpose only, I try to get them as even as I can, and then I go in afterwards and I clean them up. When you first start out in drag, I would draw my brows like all the way up to here, cutting into the lace. Looking back, I was like, oh wow, that is different. Just a girl being a clown. Yeah? Oh, it's right here. Now time to carvy. And when I carve out my brows, I like to go from far away. Then I can kind of see what the overall shape is gonna be. I know that the trend at the moment is like bushy-esque brows that are like caterpillars, but I don't know. A tiny ass cunt brow has always been it for me. Just like Evil Queen. And then I take like a little medium shade and then I just kind of like fade. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. That is estrogen. That is a lot of estrogen. Yeah, now let me do this brow. Y'all, why do I feel like I'm about to look like my mom? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I would spend so much time doing the simplest eye rather than like the most graphic and intense eye of my life. On Drag Race, I was always the first one to finish my makeup, no matter how crazy it was. But when I actually have time to sit down and like actually do my face, I am just so concentrated on these smallest little details. But I think that's just what happens when you're a perfectionist and you kind of just get too focused. Now moving on to the face. MAC Studio Fix powders, and this is the Emphasize shade. I think this is Blanc type eyeshadows from MAC. I love using MAC Studio Fix just to re-highlight my face. Like you see how this corner, I like to use a C10 powder from MAC and I go right in here. And you see how that just made a huge difference from this versus this. It's crazy. If you are a drag artist, they are a must-have because it will save your makeup from being busted. And the wonderful thing about drag is that the more you do your makeup, the more you know your face and the more you know what works for your face. And it's really fun to see that on Drag Race as well, especially with, you know, girls on the recent season who's been on so many times, like Georges. You see the difference between her makeup from our season, All Stars 9, versus the newest one, All Stars 10. Like her makeup completely changed, and you see and you feel the confidence when she walks out on stage, and it's just so fun to see. Like Bosco, she recently does like this eye where she like has it turned down rather than like lifts up, and I think that's just so cool because then that becomes like a signature eye look, you know. I also love using the Stage White by One Size. This is a drag queen staple because it's kind of like your MAC Studio Fix but in a white color. MAC used to have another shade called Shivering White that was a truly like a white powder foundation, but mama, they discontinue it. I don't know why. If you were a drag queen back in the day, you would have Shivering White in your kit. But luckily, One Size came in and saved us. I just used that right underneath my eyes just to brighten everything back up. You kind of just want to re-highlight this center area just so then it looks like you have like a spotlight on your face. When a light is being shined on your face, it's usually right here and right here. Okay, I feel better about myself now. I picked up this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blush in Asia from NARS. It's called, I don't even know what the f it's called. It's this color. I think it's called something raunchy because Miss NARS, you know how she is. She likes to gag the girls. This was sold out everywhere in Asia, and I was able to pick it up at Cosme. It's like this perfect in-between pink shade that I used to dust over the underneath of my eyes to blend the highlight into the blush. And it's like that perfect shade to diffuse everything so it doesn't look too harsh. And it's also the perfect shade to go over your mustache in case there's any darkness peeking through, and it just blurs everything out. It's so pretty. How yummy. So gorgeous. Beautiful. Stone and Might. Now to highlight my nose. Just a little bit at the center tip, and then a little bit on the center of this bridge right here. Yeah, I don't really contour my nose anymore. I think if you look at light and dark and contrast, when you're looking at a face, like this area should be mid-tone and light, and this area should be mid-tone and dark. So there's no need to put dark right here in the middle of your face. I think the mid-tones will be shadowy enough, and then you can just re-emphasize with highlights. You know what I mean? Girl, I like to take the Rare highlighter in Enlighten, best highlighter on earth, honestly. I like to take it and kind of just go in this area of my face and drag it up to brighten this entire inner socket. And then it'll give you that really youthful, lifted, highlighty Victoria's Secret type of inner corner. This will automatically make everything look so bright and woman and fierce. Just make my face so awake. Oh my god, I love being a woman. Now, you know what time it is. The Makeup Forever Starlit Powder. Just dab her right there. But for this particular one, I'm not going too crazy because you know, I will go in with the stuff. We want it to be not as highlighty. I just want a neutral-esque base. Now, let me put on my lashes. I've always used the same pair of lashes, I think, for years now. It's discontinued, but it's called Wild Child from Velour Lashes. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but this is the only lash I will ever use. If any brand out there can remake this lash, I will buy every single one of it because I have bought, I think, every single pair off the internet. I think I have like 50 more pairs in the back of my room because I just cannot use anything else. Velour Lashes, if you're watching this video, please bring it back because y'all need to share this with the world. It's so nice. And the reason why I haven't gotten into drag much lately is because I've developed like this dry eye syndrome from doing drag too much last year. Isn't that crazy? God is literally saying to, okay, stop what you're doing. But you know what? I am fearless. For the future of the greater gaze, we must continue this work. For highlighter, I'm using a combo of the OG MAC Soft and Gentle and M Cosmetic Serif. This is a baby pink, and then this is just my good old 2016 highlighter from MAC. Mama, it looks so beautiful on the screen. To give a little bit of definition, I like to use House Lab Bronzed Umber in Light. I love the shades of this because it's like barely there and you can't really mess it up almost. It's a very cool tone, non-orangey shade. And I don't like to contour much anymore nowadays because I find that it gets really gaunt if I do contour too much because my face is already pretty angular as is. I don't want to give any more angles than it has to be. Unless we're going for like something editorial, then sure. But if it's for like pretty show everyday makeup, then there's no need for ultra contouring. But I will contour right underneath the nose. Yeah. And for lips, I'm really excited for this combo today because I think we're gonna do like a pinky nude lip with these two pencils from One Size. We'll see. I always end up going crazy with 25 different lip liners. I think I'm going to start out with a little bit of Pink Remix from One Size and sketch out my lips first. Yeah. So then I go into a little bit of Make It Known and I just kind of blend out those edges a little bit just so then it becomes a little bit lighter. I don't want it to look super lip linery. I want it to look like, oh, I just slap a little new gloss on, which I think is probably the hardest thing when it comes to drag, is making things look natural because obviously this is far from it. But I think it's all about knowing where to put things. And then I'm using Sweet Tea to kind of just contour the lip a little bit right here underneath. And now we're going to go in with, where is it? Hello? Where are you? Oh, it's here. Our good old Anastasia Blush Trio. Now, this is where I think this will shine because you can really use it as a lip color as well. And the great thing about creams like this is that they don't oxidize and you can just mix and match as much as you like in order to get the color that you want. And today I think my journey is something like this. And if you want it to be a little bit lighter in the middle, I'm gonna use a little bit of the Kosas, the concealer that we use, and I'm just gonna add a little bit in the center. That would just brighten it up. I want to turn the lips back a little bit more neutral. So I like to use Sweet Tea and then kind of just go on the outer, contour the lip a little bit. Now we're going to go in with our lighter foundation shade and then clean up the edges. And this will kind of pull everything together. And if you're just like me, you don't feel 100 until you have a gloss on. We're gonna use the Lawless gloss in the shade Dazette. We'll see how this looks. It smells so nice. Ah. That was what I needed. Oh my god. You guys. Oh my god. Oh. It looks so beautiful. Wow. That's nice. I think I'm gonna add some bottom lashes, put in my wig, and I'm gonna show y'all what a woman's supposed to look like. I'll be right back. Bitch. I told y'all have never seen a woman before. Girl, let me be careful with this. This is the Westmore Beauty body makeup. It's a little bit tanner than I am. So I like to put it whenever the skin are exposed. So then I get like a nice little tan. I like this in conjunction with I usually use the Airbrush Legs makeup by Sally Beauty, but I like this too. Oh, y'all can't even take it. Girl, y'all can't even take it. And this is my realness wig. Y'all see I just moved my entire forehead? Yeah. You guys, this is so crazy. It's so funny that I've like done like de-dragging videos with this dress before as like a bridal to groom. And I never thought that I would be getting actually married one day. My dress, I actually don't have an idea of what it would be. But if I did, y'all wouldn't even get to know about it until the very end. I want to surprise you. I mean, who the f else? Oh, let me get my ring. Let me get my ring. Girl, don't even look at the glove because this is just a stand-in little journey, but y'all can get the idea of what is happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, you guys, this is the finished makeup look. This is what I would say if Plastique were to be born as a biological female. This is what she would look like for sure on an everyday basis. I love how my makeup turned out today. I love using all of my favorite staple products. Always love to chit chat with you guys. I love these videos so much. Although I'm getting better at explaining and talking and doing what a YouTuber does, but it has been really fun getting to do this sit down, getting ready with me with you all. I love showing you my personal life and giving y'all a peek onto what I do beside being on stage and traveling and serving cunty looks. Thank you so much for being with me. This is a big milestone for me. I am so happy to be sharing with you all. Thank you so much for accepting me as who I am and supporting me through this whole crazy this was so much fun to do. This is a glimpse of what could be. Y'all, that was stunning. Oh, I can't stop. Girl, I can't. I'm gonna be here all night if I keep doing this. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.